Right. They'll go to their gods to fight, like they were preparing. They're preparing across all the plains. I'm aware of that.
Odin
Then
and
should
some
we
of the
go?
more martial gods take with them the spirits of warriors.
So, let's just put up a quick theoretical before I go.
Hell takes the weak.
Hi.
So the question.
Not your hell. Single hell, he says. only one
shit.
hockey stick.
So here's the question then: should we help anybody at all? And if not, why don't we send ourselves to our gods to help them at their side? Why are we here? Right?
I will go to Mordin's realm and sit by Clangeddin in the end.
When you're ready.
When I
But you're
die.
not there yet. You're not planning on doing that before this.
King Lokrik has much living left to do.
I hope so. That's the plan.
So,
All of us. For all of us.
But is a good question. No. When you try to make rain, you make God mad. That
Right.
God did not like your rain.
Right.
If we make food, does God get mad or does God get happy? What happens if there is war in Plain and we kept all good people alive? Only bad people to fight in war.
Well, they're going to come here, aren't they? They're going to come to try to take this place.
I've never
And
seen
people-
Dvergholme so busy. There are a lot of people in the upper city, even in the lower.
There is more than one fight.
Well, look, it takes me it'll take me a few days to do what I'm suggesting. But I need an explanation from you that I believe I shouldn't.
What is
If you're
it
telling me
going
to let
do?
people, if you're telling me to let people die because it's what the gods want.
oh, I'm not telling you to let people die because that's what the gods
I mean, if
want.
I have the ability, if I have the power to help people survive, I'll help them. Marty, I've been thinking about switching gods to something different because I don't know. Yig's very backseat. He's very backseat. Lemmy is not backseat at all. Lemmy's more in your face. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like there's a big difference between. We have the same alignment. Fantastic. Actually, no. I'm neutral. Good. He's just neutral.
Yig is very uncaring because it's
Just neutral.
a gigantic tree.
It's just a tree, right?
It's a gigantic plane-spanning thing that connects many worlds.
Right.
Well, be it.
Which also gives you a lot of freedom.
I like to call it moral latitude.
Sure.
Anyways, if any of you can give me a good argument against this, I help my people. I'm more than happy to help your people. And
If we don't-
there's no reason not to help those people outside.
If at some point we don't kill the Shadow King, Hell is going to be annoyed with you. Not your Hell.
I put it on the list.
So if you start to deny Hell her due, whilst not following the agreed actions for Hell, she will be less than pleased. And she's already reaped these lands once. As I was saying before, it is an interesting moral question that needs to have some thought put into it. Just hoping you don't make the same mistakes without a little bit of consideration. Not saying it is a mistake, even.
Well, we have one place where we know winter isn't. That's Arthur's seat.
I'm guessing also Acropolis and the Sleeping Knot. It would be a good idea to go to Sleeping Knot and figure out if it's true or not. Would
Why
not
don't
hurt.
we go to Sleeping Knot right now? Take 5
Easy
minutes.
enough.
All right.
Ezzy, let's go to Sleeping Knot.
All right, we'll greater teleport there.
Memories. La, la. All right.
And are the heroes going to sidetrack and do something completely different?
So Donovan is going to go to
As
talk
Marty
to the
starts
king
blinking
while they're off
faster.
to go to.
Got it. So we'll
Sleeping
we'll
Knot.
split the party. I'm gonna copy these miniatures and I'm gonna change the map because I'm on a completely different fucking map.
Because you
That's
bastards can't stick to a plan.
That was a screw you guys. We did it. Hey, we
I'm
did
still
it.
prepping. I'm still prepping my spells. I like spells. You guys are gonna get the same stuff. The wind walk. I think we have it listed somewhere. Should have somewhere that list, the big giant list. Bark
I don't
skin,
think we're
freedom of
trying to,
movement.
like, butt sex the Sleeping Knot. I think we're just checking to see what the weather's like in there.
That's all we're gonna do. Just pop in. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Marty. We don't really need a map for it. We're just gonna see what's going on.
Don't just let him do his thing.
Marty, no! No, I missed
All right.
that map.
All right, not this session, but like next week. Let's see how many times we can get Marty to change the map.
No man, I like my character.
I like Ukher too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you remember when this place was scary?
Yeah, I remember when that was scary. A long time ago. We were getting to Yig here. I still hadn't gone Yig. This was like level what, 7? Something like that.
This was a level where the vampire was aggressively higher level than us.
We would pound right now.
I think we were level 6. Because I remember
Yeah.
it being like 3 hits and you're dead.
Yeah.
Because we were... I think the first time we fought the vampire, we didn't have access to Death Ward.
It's a rough time. Rough time. Oh, we almost killed him. Oh, we almost killed him that first time. What is that? You're immune to fire? Immune to sunlight? Not anymore.
Yes, it was. Marty,
Yep.
we were nostalgizing over these fights, going like, how well level we were, like level 6 when we were here.
Were you level 6? I think you were a little higher than that.
Right to like 9.
Were we 9?
Yeah, well,
What-
yeah,
what-
Zildan died at 9th level, so...
You were
Okay,
teleporting
so-
at this time, so
I think we were level 8 then, and then 9.
maybe 9 afterwards.
okay. So there's the sleeping knot itself. Yeah, Lemmy was summoning Ankylosaurus and shit at this time. There were stone giants. Stone giants, I think, still following you around. I just gotta move everything.
Yes.
Into the darkness.
Remine showed up. Oh, see, part of this is when we came back. Remine. Stupid Remine.
Yeah.
Damn you, Remine. There was a wild Ukher elf on the scene.
Yep.
A wild Ukher
Okay,
elf
so
appears.
who is teleporting to this place?
Zildan and Ukher.
Just
Yep.
Azzy and Ukher? Okay.
Lemmy will come along with you guys.
Alright.
As Ukulele.
Azzy, Ukher, Lemmy. While the other guys go and visit the king? Is that the...
I guess.
Donovan's going to go visit the king. Lokrik will hang back.
Okay. So Azzy,
Lemmy's gonna take Danekinder for once.
Ukher, and
Kick Stainkinder off a cliff.
Lemmy. Okay, I'm on the sleeping knot
Okay.
map.
Oh, this brings us memories.
And you greater teleport there. Okay, so it's winter outside the sleeping knot. You can see the sleeping knot is covered in snow.
Ukher's gonna go wipe the snow off and start thumping on the sleeping knot with the club of orneomancy.
Wakey, wakey.
Knock. Knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock.
He opens up his his eyes at the proper sequence of knocking.
Knock, 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 knock.
Yep. And the two there's a shuddering of the ground as these two hillsides begin to move asunder. Azildan, you are getting flashbacks of just coming in and out of this place. The horrible things that you did, the birthplace of your undead being is beyond this gate in the sleeping knot.
You should be ashamed. Yeah, exactly.
Good times.
Let's just get this over with.
The thing yawns. His eyes are starting to shut a little bit after the two heels separate.
Okay.
All right, let's.
Ukher will walk through.
Okay.
Let me walk with you. Hey, where's Danekinder?
Oh, you're
Oh, got him.
Danekinder this time.
We need to kick something off the cliff.
Danekinder's awesome, man.
Danekinder. There we go.
The animal companions actually hit pretty hard at this level.
Yeah.
Yeah, his AC is nuts.
Mark had this barbarian ranger with a panther and another campaign, and at 9th level the panther was doing more damage than all of the melee characters. Just the pouncing panther
Pounce,
of doom.
pounce, 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 pounce,
Pound, kill, kill, kill. Next.
Okay, so the four
I
of you.
put my DPS up against Danekinder's.
Even Danekinder kind of recognizes this place. I think Danekinder came into here. He sniffs. He sniffs and pauses before going into the refuge.
Sorry.
I will switch to the refuge map. This place, while it isn't wintry, was that a wall of stone?
Yes.
Okay. The wall of stone has been reduced to rubble.
A big house probably kicked it over.
Yeah.
More than like.
Yeah, it's been cleared. The house isn't there, thankfully. Nor is any.
Is it
sign of
winter?
Oberon. No, it's just kind of this balmy,
Misty.
60 degrees.
How far does it extend? How far can we see?
It is a valley. You could go look around if you wanted. You'd probably find the extent of it.
Ukher's going to bellow really loudly.
The thing about this place is that even in the day, it's not quite day. Azildan knows that this place was chosen because there wasn't enough sunlight to really screw up the vampires.
All right.
Like they could walk around for short periods even during the day here.
But there was still a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there's still a day-night cycle. It's not they weren't immune during the day. It's just they weren't like completely screwed up if they wandered around out here.
Right.
Kind of like they take damage per round, sort of thing.
We could grow winter wheat here.
Yes. Depending on how big it is, Lemmy. So Ukher bellows.
Lemmy's ready to summon. Just like
You do notice that there are some birds that get disturbed by this. Lemmy, that's a good sign. Give me a knowledge nature.
ecosystem.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
have knowledge nature. Give me a sec.
Lemmy's got like a. Lemmy's not a very
It's crap. It's not. It's
Roll
not
it.
good.
Roll it, and then I'll roll mine, and I'll see if Ukher's smarter than you.
Okay.
Azildan might have a better knowledge nature.
21.
You only have a plus 11?
Hey man,
Ukher's got a
I
plus
got
9.
I got things to do.
I don't roll good, but I got a plus 9.
I got things to do. And
What is
no.
Azildan's knowledge nature, Mark?
Plus 4.
You could actually beat them at this roll.
Well, I guess I could try.
I rolled.
There's
a
an
3.
ecosystem here. That's good.
You don't know what an ecosystem is, Mr. Plus 11 druid.
24.
Hey!
All right, birds mean critters. Critters means stuff that critters eat.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the loose understanding of an ecosystem. Ukher's like, hey, birds.
Bird.
You could eat them.
Lemmy is going to take the form of a elemental, huge flying wind elemental, or sorry, air elemental,
Okay.
and start flying around to see how big this thing is.
All right, the valley that you're in and the mountains, you do eventually find the edges of it.
Yeah.
And it's probably several miles across.
Can you grow stuff here, like farm?
One more knowledge nature, or knowledge, or profession farmer, or...
I haven't seen the character of profession farmer before, but that's a good one.
Sorry, dude. Profession...
Sailor? Can you sail?
Cool. It's going to be another knowledge nature.
Okay.
Yeah, what the hell?
You rolled 20 last time, you could add 2, and then add another 2 because you're actually scouting and looking around.
10, 22.
Yeah, it would take a different type of crop, and you actually do
23.
find there are some berry and nut producing plants that are naturally here.
Okay, I start casting the plant growth on those.
Okay, you could plant growth like the entire area, I think, with a few spells.
Yeah.
We'll say it's a 2-mile radius.
Okay.
I don't know how much farm output you could have in a 2-mile radius, but
It's definitely that is a good-sized chunk of land.
Yeah. So that's good.
Unless it's all hills like this, and then there's like most of this is going to be shit. But if it's all steep valley like this, then it becomes very inefficient.
Well, we know we can grow food here, right? If we introduce larger animals, I don't know how it will...
You know, we have a couple of big dudes. We could terraform this place. We would just like plow the mountains down.
there's definitely a lot of water. It is a pocket dimension. It is very close to Vosgard. It probably follows Vosgard's seasons. And then the part that you're not too sure about is the gaping hole that leads into this pillar that looks like it's a set of stairs where it may have connected to where the house once was. Azildan knows that's where crypts and some laboratories and other fell little places have remained. You don't see any signs of those gargoyles either.
Yeah, I was howling, hoping a gargoyle would pop out.
Yep.
What was that? Do you remember how many things are down there? Ozzy?
What you mean, things?
Like undead, like should we just send 50 clerics in there to clear it out?
No, fucking leave them alone.
Oh,
They're not going anywhere.
I mean, we can just seal it up with some wall of stone. They wouldn't get out.
Well, then
And
do
this,
that.
and this land can be used.
Sure, if that's what you want to do, whatever. Seal it up with the wall of stone. You know.
Marty, with the Lemmy's followers.
Yep. They're
Lemmy's followers.
They're mostly in Arthursate right now.
Oh, my followers are there? Okay.
Ukher's going to start spying out a...
Some of them are in Dvergholme, like the any of the Esclav that follow you are in Dvergholme.
Ukher's going to wander over to where this entrance is to take a look at it.
Okay. Ukher, you start seeing that there may have been signs of a battle. Some of the undead look like they may have been torn apart, like the orc undead.
Were they torn apart by gargoyles?
Yeah.
Do gargoyles eat?
Knowledge.
Knowledge engineering.
No, it would be knowledge arcana.
Arcane. 29?
No, I can't beat that.
They-
but I'll
they-
roll.
So in general, magical beasts do. You wonder if gargoyles can put themselves into some sort of hibernation, because they can kind of freeze and turn into stone. And that's something that you might have to be a gargoyle to know.
I can turn into a gargoyle. But I don't think for that. It's not for very long. I've never been hungry when I was a gargoyle.
Right.
And actually, I can. Ukher could test this out because he could test out freeze. I think. Because I think he's got a high enough level monstrous physique spell to use the freeze ability. Freeze. Yeah, I could freeze as a gargoyle, just for funsies. But I won't do that right now. I'll take a look at the hole.
Okay. There's a bluish glowing light that is coming now out of the hole.
Okay.
You better not be bullshit coming out of hole.
How far away is it? And it's like next round.
Yeah, it's next round.
Alright, let me summons. Let's get some tigers out here.
You hear a familiar voice, and it seems to be coming from almost like another dimension. It's kind of reverberating. It pleases me very much to see that you are alive again, Azildan.
This is...
What?
This is blue light, right?
Yep.
Come out.
Azildan, you recognize the hated foe of your previous master, which was his own sundered form, called the Alchemist.
Right. This is the good one.
The good guy!
This is the good one. Yes, yes. We were able to bring him back.
And he's glowing blue because he seems to be like a spirit.
Hey, are you dead?
He gives you this sort of like...
He's just corporeal, that's for sure.
I've got a club that can take care of that.
Yeah, leave him be. It's not the same one we was fighting.
I am sorry for all the trouble that he has done, but I assume that something happened to him if I am here.
Yeah.
He's no more.
He had bedtime.
He exhales. There's no like, 60 degrees. You can kind of maybe see your breath a little bit. Yeah, there's no breath that comes out of him. He does appear to be incorporeal.
Ukher's gonna. Why is Lemmy so big? What happened?
He's an air elemental.
Elemental.
Okay. Ukher's gonna get closer to try to smell him.
You
Okay.
can be that big too if you want to.
There's no scent, although you may have to get really close.
Zildan will get close, like conversation
You know,
close.
you know what's funny? Lemmy can take things from him if he can give it to Lemmy, because Lemmy can go into ethereal and come out.
It is
Interesting.
a surprise to see you amongst the living again, Azildan of Meliki.
Yeah. Caught a lot of people by surprise.
Did not
So
surprise
concluding.
me.
I hope that you enjoyed what you found in my book. I put a lot of hard work into that. We spent many a year in this place.
What?
Probably Alchemist book.
All right.
He's talking about his formulas.
I think it's in the closet. What is in closet?
Right, we haven't been able to do that. What's in the closet?
Skeleton, stay out.
It is a place where dirty laundry skeletons are. It is...
How many of these skeleton tried to bite you?
It is like a nesting doll. The closet was here inside the pocket, and itself is a pocket.
Right. How big is it? And are there things in there that'll kill us?
Yes. Maybe there are things in there. It depends on where the shadow tier is. I assume that if you have killed Well, the worst part of me, then the Shadow Tier is somewhere near. Is he still in Shadow Tier? It is hard for me to discern. I cannot sense outside of this place.
Don't know. We assume the Shadow Tier is inside the closet. He's been destroyed.
You assume?
Assume.
Don't look at me, I got killed same day, so...
Assume makes an ass out of you and me, you know.
Air Elemental puts his face palms.
I am sorry. It has been some time since I have had good conversation. I would not go down into the pit. You see, there was still some... The gargoyle got very hungry, and when they got very hungry, they started drinking willy-nilly the potions that are down in the lab. And some of those potions were vampire blood.
Vampire gargoyle down there.
Yes, there
what-
are 5 of them down there.
Well, I got a question for you, going back a bit. What make you wonder if he's in the Shadow Tier? Is that a possibility when one half is killed?
Yes, if you are defeated, sometimes the spirit goes into the Shadow Tier.
So if I killed Oberon, the good Oberon, his soul might still be in the Shadow Tier.
Oberon, yes, he is... The problem with killing the half is you cannot put back together the whole.
Is there anything
Not that
other-
I would ever want to be part of him again, but... if you want the old Oberon back, for whatever reason.
He was not broken.
Crafting.
You see, the apparatus is how we were made. We were experimenting on how to make the Shadow Tier do what we wanted to do. And at one point, Vargon did not want his conscience anymore.
Is there anything other than vampire gargoyle down the hole?
There are some horrible things. I have tried to hide them as best as I can from the gargoyle. It's a good thing that they are not smart. We would not want horrible books to end up, horrible necromantic lore to end up in the hands of the spellcasters.
Ukher pulls out a sunblade.
Oh my, yes, I recognize this. This was part of his mad plan to make vampire immune to the sun, yes?
I know that if I shake this, I could make bedtime for gargoyle.
Yes, the apparatus for that thing is no longer functioning unless there is another sunblade inside of it, and, well, it's not here, so yes, you can make bedtime for vampire.
Alright. Do you guys just want to destroy those? And...
But to answer your question about Oberon, it depends on if you just want his goodness back, which is, I assume, what you only want.
I want the whole thing.
Whole thing.
I want goodness, and I want sarcasm, and I want evoke.
You don't want to destroy, you want to convince whomever is flying around on the outside to go back into the gem.
We could convince very physically.
The apparatus is the only thing that I know of that can reverse its effects. Apparatus is no longer here.
Is the apparatus in Dvergholme?
Yep.
It's, yeah, Dvergholme.
We never figured out how it worked. We kind of just left it there. It's like, oh, we got this weird thing.
There is a way to inverse the reversal, but be careful. It is possible to take somebody's spirit and put them inside a different body if you use the apparatus incorrectly.
Do you have instruction for apparatus?
It is very complex.
Do you want to help us use apparatus?
If it helps do good, yes. However, You say that you do want to stick the evil back into the good, and I do not know if that is a good idea.
The
Perhaps,
problem...
perhaps all of you should touch the shadow tier and let your good sides come out. It would be a much better world.
I'd rather keep my evil side controlled than let it out loose. I know I can control myself.
It is just a thought. I did not turn out so bad.
The other half was kind of...
The other side was kind of an arse, yeah?
Yes.
None of us were
Serious
terribly
arse.
fond of him.
I suppose not. Maybe you have a point. I would have to ruminate on this a bit.
Ukher starts to
To answer your
drink some-
question, you do not want to destroy both sides or either side unless you want only the one side to survive. You need both spirits either back inside of the shadow tier or the shadow tier and one on the outside sitting in the apparatus. It is very complex. It is how do we say, mad wizardry and artifacts. Much can go wrong.
Lemmy, we will get you a funny hat so you can be mad wizard.
Right.
It is
The pointy one,
the
white brim.
experimentation was never complete, but we did find out, and then he found out some horrible things. He put good people inside of monster bodies and let them loose, and eventually they turned evil. That was a sad time.
Marty,
Yep.
if Ukher jacks his AC a little bit, and everybody has a death ward, and he swings a sunblade around, and as he comes with him to pick a couple of things off, and let me cast a couple of spells, do we clear downstairs, or is it still a threat?
Oh, you want to go and kill some vampires?
Well, it's just...
Yeah,
we've got all the tools to just do it. I'm happy to say we have a sunblade. Like it's
Got it. Give me a second.
Yeah, with a couple of proper, like...
Guard.
We
Couple
don't need
cracks.
XP, we just need the montage scene.
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly.
they're not casters, so I'm not...
We would like
There's
there not to
really
be
nothing-
vampires in here, so we could utilize the space to make food happen.
They're not... They're not going to dispel anything, so...
So you have 4 death wards, the Sunblade, alchemist pointing out where they live.
Yes.
Yeah, and then high level
And
casters.
then we've got Azzy.
We have two cleric. Yeah, Azzy and a cleric basically. And I
See,
can summon some good things to beat the crap out of them.
they're not
they
they're not
can-
like 7. They're not CR 7 below you, so it might be worth the little skirmish.
Okay. I'm cool to have the skirmish. I need...
Although how long? How many rounds does it take you to turn up the? Like how long does the sunlight craziness last?
As long as I swing the thing.
Just a quick thing.
And I've
Sunbeam,
got display of con, so I could swing it for a long time.
Marty. Just
me
a
a
thing.
second, okay.
Sunbeam. I can cast this as many times as 15 times. In addition, the sunbeam results in the destruction of any undead creature specifically harmed by bright sunlight if it fails its save. So, how
When
many
I s-
times?
When I stop swinging, it will last for 1 minute after that point.
Oh, you mean my 4-armed vampires can't get their four
Well, we'll have death ward, so they're not going to drain us of levels. Unless they've got a caster in there that can dispel. Or something else. I'm just...
We have a scout. When are they coming? They're coming in 2 rounds.
If you guys want to go downstairs, no, I think we'll have to roll initiative. Just looking at the CRs, it may be an easy fight, but no, I think we have to.
Do you?
actually
So
play through it.
I need to take about 15 minutes. If you want to set that up, or do you need to set that up?
During the 15 minutes, we can go and talk to the king.
Okay. Somebody else runs it.
damn it.
Donovan goes, and then you chat.
You need 15 minutes. Okay, so I'll set up the fight.
You'll set up the fight? Okay, I will take 5 minutes.
I'm just gonna grab a snack.
Well, I'd rather do it now than, well, yeah. 5 minutes.
I like how they were very optimistic. Oh, we're just going to destroy them, right? Maybe. Maybe. And they might. The stairs that lead down. Well, that's an awesome idea, Foxfire. Use the blood of Ouroborous to help bring back Oberon. That's a cool idea. Yeah, Lemmy's 14th level. I don't know. Earthquake, I think, is a 8th level spell. So that's 15th level druid. I think it's 8th. Yeah, they kind of lost track of the evil one. I know where he is, but I don't think the party has. They haven't really followed up. It's almost like they defeated that enemy and then they just sort of washed it from their minds. Because they've never really played around with the artifact. They haven't gone into the closet. Lokrik has picked up... Wait. No, it's not... So there was a gem that he got from the Leviathan's, the Pale Leviathan's belly that Lemmy had picked up. And they never really successfully identified it, and he's got it. So I think that's the only potentially cursed item that's in play. In that horrible little room where they keep all the bad things in Dvergholme. But yeah, they've for whatever reason, I guess they're afraid of the Shadow King. They're definitely afraid of the Shadow Tier because they saw it rip apart one of the NPCs, and like touching it does a really bad thing. I think they're terrified of it. Because I don't think any of the players wants their evil half running around, especially after they saw what, evil Azildan did. Could you imagine evil Ukher running around, destroying things? Or an evil Altagar? Even evil Lemmy is terrifying. Which is an old DM trick. The evil doppelganger kind of plot. All right. Let's just build a very quick dungeon. The guy lived in here for like centuries. Him and his minions might have dug really deep. It's like once they had it to a certain point of resolution, they went off and did other things. They didn't really kind of do the cleanup, which is fine. I'm just surprised how long ago it's been since Oberon disappeared. They are starting to now hit the wall of they can't craft the awesome items that they need, and that may be the forcing function for them to go and get Oberon back. Yeah, he'll never make a decision based off of chance. So he'll never, like, if he goes to a T intersection and you go left or right, he has to find some reason to go one way or another. It won't be just, oh, I just take a guess. Which, yeah, the weapon of law is going to be increasingly difficult for him to play. It's like he can't use chance when making decisions. There has to be a methodical or enough reason to do something. Can't just be on a whim. Yeah, I could be really, really harsh with, you know, oh, you can't make that decision, or you wouldn't make that decision. I think I would come down harder if he wasn't trying to roleplay it, but if he's trying to roleplay it, then I'm a little more forgiving. The Alchemist is funny. It's like Vargon became an evil, horrible, horrible man because he played around with the Shadow Tier earlier. This plot is sort of like Strahd's plot.
I am the couch.
Some of the old Strahd modules, basically Vargon was Strahd.
Oh, there we are. Whoa, 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 what do we got here?
Bit of a dungeon.
Yeah, very nice. Very well done. I like it. Huh, huge elemental, huh? Are those stairs large or medium?
They look large. Squeezy for large. Can you start casting the spells that you need on everyone?
Yeah, sure. No problemo. You don't even need to take an hour because I didn't prep for this crap. Forward.
Yeah, not like, yeah, we could just skip the fight, but the creatures themselves are not in that skippable range. If it was like a bunch of goblins, I'd be like, yeah, I describe it. Besides, it'll be good for you guys to have a fight against lower CR creatures to see how it turns out.
We're going to destroy you, utterly destroy you.
It might happen. Let me just open the initiative sheet, because initiative's important too.
So
you guys are no longer at Dvergholme.
Lemmy can take an hour to prep. I'll be much more optimal that way.
You're gonna sit outside for an hour?
Oh, stupid, eh? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Is that a yes or no?
No.
Okay.
Who needs a magic fang?
And what form is Lemmy taking going into the dungeon? Huge elemental or no?
No. I'll take an earth elemental.
How big?
Well, I don't get my sneaks and stuff that way, or my DR. It will be huge, because I can just walk through the ground, so... Yeah, huge. It's an earth elemental now. Okay. The least. I'm making list of things we are casting. Hello.
Hey, do you think Lemmy's warp tree will get spell resistance from the warping after it was growing? I don't know what I'm going to do with the tree yet.
I don't know what he's going to do with it either.
Maybe it turns into a treant. Maybe it's growing into some horrible treant.
Be awesome. Hatred to Lemmy for turning it into a
Why did you do this?
Why'd you do this to me, Lemmy?
Well, it's got 3 roots, remember, growing with it. So not only is it all warped, it's got the memories of all of Lemmio's plant companions. Stumpworth 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
It's got the root of an actual treant. Gnarl
it was
root.
gnarl root.
Yeah, gnarl root.
And
then it's got
the mansion thing.
The mansion's heart in it.
Yeah. Good times.
So all 3 of them kind of together?
Yeah, but there's like 2 to 1 that's good. They were goodly. The other one was bloody as hell. Eat your blood and grease my wheels. Like, you know.
All right, spells on it.
Yeah, I'm looking through it. No, yeah, okay, yeah, see. Death Ward.
All those neutral things. Yeah, I haven't decided that whether it's like Lemmy's loyal servant anymore, or if it's now become this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing was Halloween last year.
Yeah, and I still hate you for it.
You fucking over characters. You guys are still afraid of the Shadow Tier.
Yeah, we are. Because that shit broke a character just for touching it. And Ukher touched a thing and opened up a rift that broke a world, so... I'm kind of nervous around things like, what is that? Who brought that stick there? Why does it have a red ribbon on it? Like that kind of crap. Okay, No, I can channel the hell out of these bastards. Ah, there we go. Let me ask him if there are any traps inside, if he knows them.
He says that there are traps on some of the containers.
Okay.
He says you shouldn't open and touch things, but the gargoyles, in their anger and in their hunger, broke a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I swear that you guys had one of Vargon's books. The Book of Vargon. Yeah, you do. I don't know if Ukher's ever... I'll have to ask him. The Book of Vargon. Large book bound in blue drake hide and heavy brass case and fittings. It contains the draconic heraldry symbol on the cover, painted in gold. This is the personal journal written in High Imperial and the formula manual of a master alchemist. It contains the tragic tale of how Vargon, an adventuring conqueror from an imperial family, came to his fallen state. He traveled to many worlds, found many wonders, and came to Vosgard and fell in love with Aisha the nymph. He tried to impress her by finding and clearing out the Sleeping Knot, a place of dreams and beauty. He became trapped and cursed. This text then blurs into a ranting, deranged paranoia of past enemies. He turned to his alchemy to try to preserve and prolong his own life. The text then turns into a nightmarish raving about the power he has achieved since, and how his might will one day confront the undying emperor, also referred to as the Emperor Eternal, the Throne Chrysleon. He seeks to cure himself and his wretched longing. Insane research with artifacts and old experiments, including the apparatus and the Shadow Tear, whom he previously acquired indirectly from the Shadow King, are amongst the entries. The writings become much more curt thereafter. He seems to start learning wizardry magic during his time, progressing steadily until he finally taps into Ninth Circle spells. Single nouns, places, names, people, and spells are listed. Finally, orcs came to the Sleeping Knot. Vargon stole their cudgel and used it to come and go from the refuge at whim. Vargon established 3 Fane sigils that drew upon power of the land, something he copied from ancient druidic secrets, making him strong and resilient. He built a powerful and infernal device called the Dayheart, with the assistance of the archdevil named Cognazo, the Hunter of Souls. The book's final entry contains these chilling words: New tier discovered, Azildan, total conversion. This is a book you guys have, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, dude.
Hey, man.
The Book of Vargon?
Yes.
You've gone through this
Yeah,
before,
no, yeah,
right?
I've read. Yeah, I've read.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Do we
but I remember
need
that
to resist
phrase.
energy? Ooh, we could probably use a resist paralysis. Remove paralysis. Got 2 of those.
And
do we need to
it does have alchemical formula. Mislead, Undead Anatomy 3, Dream, Nightmare, Overland Flight, Greater Age Resistance, Greater Invisibility, Stone Skin, Fire Shield, Dragon Breath, Fly,
come we
Displacement,
don't have
Haste,
those?
Gaseous Form, Cure Serious Wounds, Alchemical Allocution, Blur Cats, Grace, Cure Moderate Wounds, See Invisibility, Cure Light Wounds, Bomber's Eye, Enlarge, Expedition Retreat, Reduce
Okay,
Burst
so
and Shield.
Midwick should have those in his list.
Copy
Take him
mode.
If you haven't already, no, it takes an hour.
I don't have them
It
already.
takes
I
an
don't have
hour
them.
to attempt to learn the spell, and then 1 hour per level of copying if you have learned it.
Ukher.
The DC of learning spells, I believe, is 15 plus spell level.
It's for alchemists. It's ridiculously low
It's
because
nothing.
they get the class ability of just add your class to your alchemist check.
Yeah. I have a plus 40.
Got it. But no, it's not 1 day. Is my point.
No, it's long.
Yeah. No, when I'm having copying 1 spell, yeah, but if there's like 40 of them, it'll take them like a week or whatever.
But yeah,
So-
if Ukher hasn't tapped into these, maybe.
I went through that. I have like alchemical allocation stuff. I already have those. So.
Okay.
Some
What
of the
level
higher
spells
level
do you
ones.
have? What level spells? What level?
5.
Okay, you're 5th.
5th.
Okay. You don't want Nightmare and Greater Age Resistance?
We'll take that. All of it. Do we want protection from energy?
Nightmare might be funny. Ukher starts sending people nightmares of their being weak. Oh, look at you, you're weak.
Of him dropping Mei Ling on their castle and then showing up the next day and dropping Mei Ling
Drop
on
a
their
link on a
castle.
castle.
Magic Fang Greater, Adams?
Protection from evil.
I got
Resistance.
So
Okay.
you didn't miss that Vargon is from the Imperium, right?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Vargon is.
we knew
yeah.
that. We knew
That was our first introduction to the Imperium. Was this guy? Was this dickbag?
Got it.
The Imperium was well set up to be a villain. This was a representative.
But the Alchemist is not all bad.
No, the Alchemist is
he's a good
fine.
guy.
He's still a little bit of a. He did the assume joke, which was a little like fatherish, but I guess.
I'm pasting the stuff on there.
All right, I'll remove Tlaylock and Huehue and Tezcatlipoca from the initiative sheet, and the Quetzalcoatl and Mount Mog, and the Moonworm.
Did we want to resist energy in there?
We don't know what energy would be resisting.
That's
Mutagen, Ant Hall.
Okay, how long are you standing out there casting spells?
I've got 1,
It looks like 3
1, 2,
minutes.
3,
4
4,
minutes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I looked at them. I know what they are, Foxfire. Just the party has
16.
never been introduced to them. That's the problem.
17.
Maybe if they start researching into like how do you like fix horrible things, they might come across them. Or maybe the Aeons lost a battle against the Queen of Chaos. Maybe they tried to fix it. Of course, it's really new too. Just like a bug
3
in
days
software,
new.
it goes into the triage pile. Oh yeah, they're crazy looking.
They have their own theme song when they come in.
Did I set a precedent now in the god showing up with the horn?
John Cena. They're the Unseenables.
Okay, you're standing out there for 3 minutes. Give me a D3, please. You're hoping for 3.
I take a 1.
Okay, so 10 rounds into your casting, give me perception checks.
Okay, let me.
Hey, Ahmed, you have to prioritize your casting.
I did.
Okay.
Let's see. It was the Death Wards, the Life Bubbles. Actually, no, that one was last, and your other one was last as well.
Perception check.
Sorry, I'm getting a plus 40 something, and so is Mark.
43 from Ukher.
Okay, there was the scratch of a little bit of stone down this dark way. Ukher, how far can you smell?
I can smell 30. 1 second. Thirst. No, blood scent. Double distance detect creatures by scent. I only have normal scent in human form, so 30 feet.
Okay, you can't smell it yet. However, there is something that has snuck up to the bottom of the stairs because it heard you standing right outside casting spells. And I need to roll initiative at this point because it's going to try to dominate one of you.
How many do we get, Marty? How many?
You get 10 castings. Cast your 10 spells. Like, remove the entire list.
I did.
Well, actually,
Cast.
no. Don't remove the list yet.
Oh,
Because I want to
Sorry.
make sure... Oh, fuck.
I just removed my list.
Oh, you did.
No, don't remove yours.
Well, we didn't know what Ahmed cast, right? So he has to cast his 10 spells.
Yep.
Because he's got 40 rounds of casting on there.
Not really. There's a couple of them that are.
Cast 10 spells.
One sec. Oh, magic what? Magic Fang Greater.